I am Dr. Joseph Stanowski, Evol Health, 970-667-4669, EVOLyourself.com, EVOLyourself.com. And by the way, let's get started. When someone is injured, or if someone wants to improve an area of their life, they need to make several decisions. Usually these decisions are based on one's personal education, one's belief system. So when choosing a healthcare practitioner as a helper, as a coach, as someone to help you, assist you in your health, we need to understand ourselves. Are we the type that is mechanistic, wants some type of drug or some kind of surgery to solve their problem? Or is one looking for a more natural alternative to traditional ways of treatment? I have spent 20 years of my life, because my life choices were made for me when it came to my father. My father was sick my whole life growing up. I do not know a time when my father wasn't sick. So I grew up in a family that was more mechanistic, doctor-oriented. Surgery, drugs are the answer. Lifestyle choices and changing it meant nothing. So I've changed completely, but my mother and brother and friends all remain pretty much the same. Mechanistic, and surgery and medication is the answer. And if they don't find it there, they'll continue to look in medicine for it. The other side of the coin, which really isn't what I'm talking about, is medicine's version of wellness. Notice the big pharmaceutical chains are interested in wellness. They're interested in words like natural. But if you look at what they're doing and what they're saying, you'll see that nothing has changed. If we are honest with ourselves, we will come to recognize that we never really thought of this. And so that's what doctors do. If they are true to their profession, they teach. So I'm teaching. So we have osteopathic, we have physical therapy. On the other side of the coin, we have, straight up medicine on one side of the coin, and on the opposite side of the coin, we have medicinal. Now, if we exchanged that coin in for a completely different coin, we have this field, which is the main field. Let's get it straight. It's the original field in America. It's a field that is confused because the people in it are confusing. Because it's really something we need to learn, practice, implement, and over time, we make mistakes, we learn, we get better at it, we understand it. And that's what you need to do when it comes to this thing called holistic chiropractic lifestyle. A holistic chiropractic lifestyle is someone who sees disease, symptoms, or health challenges as a vitalistic challenge. So we have mechanistic, which is your medical version, and then we have vitalistic, which is your chiropractic version to healthcare. Chiropractic is its own profession. It chose that in 1895. It chose to be separate and distinct from medicine because medicine is mechanistic. Chiropractic is vitalistic. So the way vitalistic mindsets work is that the power, the ability to be born for cellular replication means that the power that made us can heal us. A vitalistic person believes that a person is usually malnourished or deficient or is practicing something wrong in their lifestyle. The basic areas of sleeping, nutrition, attitude, ability to handle stress, ability to stay positive throughout the day, a strong immune system, a balanced left and right brain hemisphere. Because living is an art. If we're not interested in the art of living, chances are we are mechanistic. You can be vitalistic and utilize medicine. But it's clear, it's understood why, when, and how. If a person who is vitalistic happens to grow a fatty tumor, they can choose to cut it out. They can also choose natural means to shrink it. So in reality, you have more options when you're a vitalistic person, because you can always employ mechanistic when you need it. Unless you become rigid in your belief systems, then you might think that because you're vitalistic, you can't utilize mechanism. One way to see this is that if you're a mechanistic thinker, you are choosing only medicine as options for your healthcare team. When you're vitalistic, you put nature first, you put natural first, you put lifestyle first, you put the basics first, and then, and only then, if that doesn't seem to work, you may utilize the advances that have been made in medicine. So let's get that clear. It's actually very exciting when you think that way. It's like being a vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian because of beliefs, that's one thing. Rock on. But if you're a vegetarian because you believe that's healthier, and you happen to be a person who needs meat to be at their healthiest, then you may be doing yourself a disservice, and a little bit of meat would help, not hurt. So we have to get that clear. And that's what I do at EVOL Health, EVOL Health. I teach you to evolve in a vitalistic way, and I reserve the word evolve for the mechanistic way. Evolve is vitalism. Evolve is mechanism. Mechanism is your fundamental medical approach. Vitalistic is your fundamental chiropractic, holistic approach. Chiropractors can choose to be doctors who just do the adjustment. The chiropractic adjustment in itself is very powerful. If you are a specific chiropractor, your results and your accuracy is much greater than those that tend to be more liberal with their adjustments, and they over-adjust. Not to the point where it's a problem, but they're more liberal. But when a specific chiropractor adjusts, they tend to be able to get the troubled ones, the ones that your average chiropractor can't get, they tend to help. So anything and everything in a vitalistic way, for example, massage, acupuncture, nutritional therapy, stress reduction techniques, meditation, yoga, all of those fields are useful. We just need to find one or two or three and utilize them to their fullest and let that be the forefront to our healthcare choices as opposed to the back end. The back end should be reserved for medicine. We need to be very diligent in how we seek a diagnosis for our issue. There are doctors nowadays that will take your word for your diagnosis and then employ routine treatments. I'm not finding fault here, but there's no uniqueness or creativity with that doctor. They're just playing it by the books conservatively. So we have this mechanistic approach to medicine. We have this vitalistic approach to medicine. They are separate and distinct. Acupuncture, physical therapy, dietitians, osteopaths, all fall under medicine, the mechanism, the mechanistic approach to healthcare. My knee hurts, therefore don't look at anything else but the knee. I found that the hip could be the issue for the knee. I found that the foot could be the issue for the knee. I found out the neck could be the issue for the knee. Depending on how we think and how we feel about our own healthcare is the doctor we need to seek. I am a total, natural, holistic physician. I will do everything in my power to help you avoid surgery or drugs. But then again, if you do find that you need surgery or drugs, I will continue to support you and help you get past that issue, because no matter how you look at it, Evol Health holds down the fundamentals. It holds down the basics to health. It holds down natural over mechanistic. I have seen amazing results with medicine, and I have seen amazing results with chiropractic, but the treatment, for the most part, is dependent on the person's belief system. If you are a mechanistic thinker and believe that, then you tend to move towards those types of doctors. Now, I just want to be clear when it comes to insurance, that insurance pays about equal. That's right, equal. Both medically and chiropractically. Some policies will not. We are talking about the teacher policy, which is the Cadillac. We're talking about the family policy that we pay additional money towards. We are talking about insurance that recognizes the validity of holistic chiropractic. To be honest, the biggest payout a doctor can expect is when they bill for time spent. I am a physician that is from the school that believes spending time with the patient is 100% necessary and required. If you are managing me as a doctor, I'm out of there. Yeah, of course there has to be some management, but I'm talking about therapeutic management, using different people to basically move you through the appointment. It's distracting, it's unfocused, and it's inefficient. For example, I have 20 to 30 visits on a basic policy. I have a job to do. If you give me 5 visits, I can generally do quite a bit. I could do a lot with 1. With 5, I can do a little bit more. But if we looked at this as a program of 20 or 30 visits, I can do the most, because my program implements the entire process from start to finish. What is the entire process? We take a person. They have symptoms and disease for a certain amount of time. Remember, we could be in different degrees of sickness. Symptoms are not disease. When we have symptoms, it's easier to reverse back to normal homeostasis than it is when we have disease. Generally, when we reverse disease, we still have symptoms to contend with. Once we contend with those symptoms, then we can approach what is called wellness. Everybody wants to be well. Everybody wants to go to a holistic doctor. Everybody wants to be natural. But the truth is, in order to reach that level, we need to learn, work at it, and consistency is the difference between just getting rid of a few symptoms or actually permanently healing. We permanently heal when we follow through past feeling better. Feeling better is just the start of it. If we feel great, and if we are doing great, and then if we go to a doctor like myself, that's when you're accumulating money in the bank. People are very close and emotional when it comes to money. Money is a great example when it comes to your health. So we have a certain amount of money in our life right now. We have savings, we have checking, and we have a day-to-day spending limit. Some have more, some have less, depending on our so-called circumstance, our environment. Some might say our genetics, but it's really our environment. How we react in that environment dictates our money situation. So if we have money in our savings that's substantial, and we have money coming in weekly and monthly, consistently, we have our overhead secured where we're able to save and we're able to spend a certain amount. Yes, we need to spend, but we also have a certain amount coming in. When this is the case, we have what is called homeostasis in our financial situation. If we have homeostasis in our health, we're considered not just healthy, but above health. Not just average health. Average health is unhealthy. You need to be above average health. If you're not shooting for above average health, chances are you're unhealthy. So if we understand our financial health, and we realize that if we are bouncing our account because we have no money coming in, we've spent everything we've saved, we are bouncing our account, in that moment we are lacking homeostasis, we are lacking general wellness, we are lacking general health. The American diet is SAD, which stands for the Standard American Diet. If we are healthy with respect to the SAD levels, we still may be in trouble with respect to health. All right, so let's get back to when we look at our health with respect and in the light of our bank account. Where is our health bank account? How much mental health is in our bank account? How much spiritual health is in our bank account? How much emotional health is in our bank account? How much spiritual health are we connected to? When we have spiritual health, you could say that we have something that's auto-paying us. Monthly, we could rely on a check. Weekly, we could rely on income. So how connected up are we? How connected up are we in our financial situation depends on our job, our career choice, nothing else. And the day-to-day choices we make from that point on make up our daily, weekly, monthly health. That averaged over a period of a year, year after year, dials in on a scientific level exactly where we're at. We don't need to fool ourselves anymore in the 21st century. If we want health, we can have it. If we are still breathing, the choices we make, moment to moment, will determine that. You don't need to start on what's wrong with your daily routine. You need to start doing more and more right things for yourself, things you like. If you're doing 5 right things that are healthy, do 6, do 7. And if you continue to still do the bad, give it time. That is the no fuss, no fight approach to wellness. It's what's right with you is the starting point, and what's wrong with you is beside the point. I am Dr. Joseph Stanowski, Evol Health, 970-667-4669. EVOLyourself.com. EVOLyourself.com. And by the way, let's get started.